Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 Aries friends. It's now time to read for November. What's going to be happening in November? I've got a sore throat, so I'm keeping that. I think I got it all right. I have a sore throat, so I have my tea here. Hello. Hey, Giggle. That's a nice handle there, Giggle. And so I have your questions, and the questions that you asked me were, I want to know about love. And another one was, will there be a return? And another question was, I need to know about education. What kind of education should I go toward? And I can't make these personalized, but I can talk about education. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I will try to get better. I'm trying to keep my voice down. So what am I going to do? I've got the Gothic Tarot of Vampires. They are wild cards because it is Thanksgiving coming up. And then I have my trusty Vera Sibilla upside down up there. And then I brought my picture postcards that I'll use to read. And I'll start with those actually. And a mixture of everything with the runes. Let's start and take a look at what the love looks like, Aries. So I'm going to focus on the reading and try to stay away from the chat. And then I'll come in later, all right? To the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Hullabaloo, habaloo, hullabaloo, habaloo, hullabaloo. Love for you, Aries. Love for you. Hullabaloo, hullabaloo. Let's see. Okay, this is really quite telling. Let me show you these, okay? This is the turning road. And this is avant-garde, turn of the century, 1900s, the turning road, okay? Now, it typically talks about change. You know, we're here talking about change. And here are olive trees by Vincent van Gogh, olive trees. And this is peace. This is a symbol of peace. And then we have this lovely, the princess shares her dinner with the frog. All right, and that says it all. Who is the frog of this table, you can see. And I'll try to tell you what I think here, okay? And this is Renoir, two sisters, okay, two sisters. Aries, look, I'll be truthful, okay? I'll be truthful. There's a lot of things going on in here. Let me move the curve. Maybe I get, okay. There's a lot of things moving here in the emotional side of us, Aries. And on the one hand, we do in love, I'm talking about love, we do want to extend, as they say in Italian, an olive branch. You do want to make amends in so many ways. But there is this a dynamic of coming close, moving away, coming close, moving away. Can I, cannot. I can't, I just can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And there's a side of us, Aries, that I want to say this without offending. There's a side of us that by way of a survival mechanism or a mechanism that self-protection depicts the person, our object of desire, in a light that is almost too realistic. Okay, realism in the true sense of the word in painting. And we see the flaws, and it helps us to, in some way, get our bearings, because we don't idealize them anymore. We don't idealize our object of desire. And this is a double-edged sword, though, Aries, I have to admit, because there are things, it's almost denigrating the person that you are. So we need to be careful with that. Education, because the question of education came up. The education, for those of you who are in education, who are taking courses, who need to go back to study, need to take an MA, need to get your high school diploma, whatever, the education is couched in this light. Since it's a general reading, I can't go into what would be specific to each of you, and that is easily done in a private reading. But what I'm seeing here is that many of you go toward a situation of coaching, okay, of mentoring. That is a big, big choice and that is a good choice for starting the month of November. If it's impossible for you to go and apply for an out-and-out MA degree or a PhD or a proper a BA level, and you want to go to a different type of program, what I'm saying is that you first opt for a mentoring program, a person in the field who does that work, who can coach you into even the best type of education program for you. Now, there was also the notion of the questions arose, Aries, of a return. Is there going to be a return? And I'm going to overlay the Gothic Tarot. They're wild cards, but it's just in line with the season, actually. And I'm going to place one on each of these 3 love cards. And what do I get? What do I get? I get the Fool. I get the Fool. I get the Ace of Pentacles. And then I get the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card, this is often mistaken for, because of the way it looks, for the Sun card, because in the Sun there is no Sun, and in this Judgment card there is the Sun. Is there a return? It is on the basis of these cards, because there was an olive branch extended here, and that worked in your favor. That has worked in your favor, Aries. It's not immediate. It will not play out in the month of November. The element of judgment, as the card speaks, also tells us to beware of how we depict the other person, how we, in our mind, in our collective, I want to say collective imagination, our collective notion of that person, of men or women in general. What is the ideal of the man for me? What is that? What do they look like? And are they people with flaws? Are they vampires who are not able to get blood? Also, very, very telling, this is one of the few cards in this deck that has no blood, the Judgment. And it means that there's a mature time for this return, whereby one and the other are no longer feeding off of each other, but you are balanced, walking on your own 2 feet. It's a very difficult job, this is, because in the beginning, there have been timid ways of coming close, but it has always worked out. I see them, I don't see them anymore. I don't know what they're thinking. What are they thinking? Maybe it's my turn to say something. So, there's this sort of dance, coming close, moving away, coming close, moving away. Is there going to be a return? Yes, you can bet your bottom dollar there is a return, and they are around you, like bees, around you now. The time is not exactly right for you both to walk on your 2 feet, as I'm seeing it, but it is ripe for the beginning of a return. Very, very, very interesting this is, Aries. Let me take the runes to see what they can add to this. Okay, well, right in the center here, I have the nameless, faceless rune, weird. And around them, I'm turning over these runes. What do I have? I've got a very difficult rune here, which is Lagas or Lagus. It is Merkstave, and that does never, never, ever bode well. Why is it in the middle? Let's take a look. Right above it, there is Thurisats, and Thurisats tells you, okay, Aries, this is coming toward each other is essential. Coming toward each other in peace is essential. Coming toward each other with a notion of spirituality, unconditional love. This is what it is. Unconditional love. You can only go through the door if it's unconditional. This is what the message is. And AWATS here. I'll show you them, but it's very difficult to see. AWATS is a protective rune. The AWATS is there to tell you, look, Aries, come toward each other, feel free to do that. Because this person, no matter how much they have stalked you, how much they have hurt you, how much they are nuts for you and do crazy things, and you as well, they will never, never truly, truly hurt you, ever. And that is good to know. And that is good to remember when things seem like they're not working out. Then there are three actually very interesting runes. One is Tyr. Tyr looks like an arrow. And the nameless, faceless rune, weird, as I perhaps even just mentioned now. And then I have Iwats, which is Merkstave, and that's a journeying rune. And that means going forward. Well, what does it tell me? It tells me in the month of November, it's not going to move forward very quickly, and it's probably not even going to move forward that much. But love is in the air. Love is coming back. That person is coming back. Specifically, Tyr attests to that. It is a big yes success. Okay, how to do it? You both have to learn what makes the other tick, not to step on each other's toes. Remember that if you're in a dance, if you want to dance, you have to learn the other's speed, their rhythm. You have to adapt to their rhythm. They have to concede to yours. If you are the one that wants to lead, I see this as being both leader and follower in this dance, because sometimes they teach you, other times you teach them. And the dynamics is so lovely. And this is what makes it all worthwhile, actually, Aries, friends. I think we can call that a day. I'm very happy with this reading, actually. And let me come and say hello, 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 hello. Yes, let's see. Maite, I think that is. Maite, that's right. Joanne, good. Irina, love. Again, Irina. Yeah, Irina. Maria, hello. And Giggle, yeah, what a nice little handle. Kimberly, hi. Joanna again. I can say goodbye and thank you so much for staying with me, and welcome new subscribers. Share, like, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I have every now and then I'll put up a poll on my communication on my board, so I can get to know those people who are interacting with me a little better, and understand what people are interested in as well. Bye bye, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. I'll be right back and do my Taurus. Bye bye.